All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I am back with another Flyers video here, and the training camp roster for the 2020-21 season has been announced, and there are 41 total players on this roster. I do apologize. I know this was released a couple hours ago, as it's now 4:56 as I'm recording this. I think this came out around noon today. I had some things going on. I was not able to actually sit down and make a video, but I'm here now, and again, this is from NHL.com from the Flyers. So the Philadelphia Flyers will open their 6-day training camp for the 2020-21 season when 41 players begin on-ice workouts on Monday, January 4th at Virtua Center Flyers Skate Zone in Voorhees, New Jersey, according to the president of hockey operations and general manager, Chuck Fletcher. The Flyers will have similar on-ice schedules each day next week, with the exception of Thursday, which will be an off-ice day. The team will practice in two groups at 11 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, with scrimmages following each. On Saturday, January 9th, one team is scheduled to skate from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and the other from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. with no scrimmage afterward. The Flyers will break in the Wells Fargo Center ice on the final day of camp, Sunday, January 10th. It will be set up similar to a game day, like a morning skate kind of thing, with one team skating at 10:30 a.m. and the other immediately following at 11:30 a.m., and then the two teams will square off in a final intra-squad scrimmage at 7 o'clock p.m. The 41 players participating in camp are as follows. So starting off with the forwards, you have Wade Allison, Andy Andrioff, Nicholas Aube-Kubel, Connor Bunnaman, Sean Couturier, Joel Farabee, Tyson Forster, Morgan Frost, Claude Giroux, Kevin Hayes, Travis Konechny, Tanner Legzinski, Scott Lawton, Oscar Lindblom, Samuel Morin, Nolan Patrick, Michael Raffel, Linus Sandin, Carson Torinski, James Van Riemsdyk, Jacob Voracek, and Zayde Wisdom. Starting off with the forwards, depth is what I see, to be honest with you. A lot of it is, confidence I see in most of these guys. I know a lot of people will probably be throwing a tizzy over Nolan Patrick being in there. Tyson Forster and Zayde Wisdom, the 2020 draft, the first and fourth round picks there for the Flyers. That's unbelievable. It really shows the confidence they have. They both were signed to ELCs back around October as well. Again, some guys are on there that honestly you pretty much would expect. Obviously, Morgan Frost, Andy Andrioff, Aube-Kubel, Connor Bunnaman, Wade Allison. So again, I think it's a really good group of forwards, and it's still really weird looking at Sam Morin's name and seeing LW next to it. But going to the defense, you have Chris Bigras, Justin Braun, Mark Friedman, Shane Gostisbehere, Eric Gustafson, Robert Hagg, Felipe Myers, Derek Pouliot, Nate Prosser, Ivan Provorov, Travis Sanheim, Tyler Wotherspoon, Wyatt Wiley, and Igor Zamula. And then your five goaltenders are Brian Elliott, Carter Hart, Alex Lyon, Felix Sandstrom, and Roddy Ross. One little injury update here is we all saw, obviously, with Ustimenko being out 4 to 5 months after that surgery. You have now Lindblom, who sustained a fractured rib in training and will be out a minimum of 4 weeks. So, again, that kind of sucks. You do not see, Isaac Ratcliffe in there, but the Flyers also have 4 additional players on loan to clubs in Europe who've been playing for these teams throughout the fall. That's David Kasha. You have, Kasha, Linus Hogberg, German Rubtsov, and Maxim Sushko. So those 4 guys will not be there. And again, so pretty much you can, again, I honestly feel like this is going to be a really good camp for the Flyers. I feel like most of this stuff is going to be like, I remember back in summer, they had most of it where it was like live streamed through Twitter, and they had Brian Smith and Jason Martinez kind of like talking over. I'm sure that's probably going to be happening again. I will not be surprised if you have that night scrimmage where I said that the two teams will scrimmage at 7 o'clock p.m. That'll definitely be broadcasted. That would be cool if they maybe did it like on TV or something, but they probably won't. But again, I feel like overall it sucks because there are no fans allowed. But again, I think it's actually a really good thing with this roster. I think there's a lot of guys that you could see honestly make the team. I think the defense is tough. Obviously, you're like really your top 6 are pretty much Provorov, Myers, Sanheim, Braun. And then it's kind of tough from there. I mean, you have Provi. Really, because some of them are kind of unknown. Obviously, nobody knows with Ghost. Obviously, Gustafson, Hag. So I think it's going to be tough to see who gets that final roster for those opening days. But again, it's not like any of this stuff is going to be completely set. As for the goaltenders, Roddy Ross might seem like a surprise to most people. I didn't necessarily call it, but I was correct on it, saying that I know I explained this in my last video, but if you did not check that out, it was a picture that Ross put on his Instagram that he was at the skate zone. I sent it to Jamie Bascow. The next day, it's announced that Ustimenko is hurt. Oh, well, Ross is able to play. He's eligible to play in the AHL. So that would make sense if he's down there and him and Sandstrom are the goaltenders for Lehigh Valley this year. So, again, I think it makes sense. And most of these guys are really trying to make a shot with the big club. Honestly, Linus Sandin, Carson Torinsky, Connor Bunneman, Zade Wisdom, Tyson Forster. I mean, these are all guys that, are really looking to definitely push. Nolan Patrick, I'm very curious to see his physical tomorrow because, again, physicals are tomorrow, January 3rd. So, again, I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens there with Patrick. But, again, I will not be surprised if Patrick is able to participate in camp. Wade Allison's definitely one as well. I mean, I think overall it's a really good roster for the Flyers, 41 players. And one other thing, too, Joel Farabee actually changed his number to 86, which is actually really cool. So, Joel previously was 49, and now he's 86. He's actually the first ever Flyer ever to wear that number. But just to run over some of the numbers, Zade Wisdom is wearing number 71. Obviously, Farabee switching. Wade Allison's wearing 57. Tanner Legzinski is wearing number 58. Just a couple others. Forster is wearing 52. Linus Sandin is wearing number 36. I think that's actually pretty much it for most of the numbers there. A lot of them are pretty similar. As for Morin, still sticking with 55. And overall, I think that's pretty much it. As for Bigras, he's number 3. Most of them are pretty much the same. Gustafson going with 56, and Derek Polyak going with 51 there. So, again, I think most of them are pretty much the same there. The highest number is obviously Voracek at 93 for the Flyers, but then I think the second closest is Carter Hart. But, again, overall, I think it's going to be a really nice roster. I think it's going to be a good camp for these guys. I'm very excited to see all this stuff moving forward. Hopefully, tomorrow we get some good news with all these, with the physicals. We don't have to worry about guys having to sit out and things like that for COVID or whatever, any other reasons. But again, it sucks to see Ratcliffe too with that injury because, again, he was a guy that he kind of struggled a little bit last year with Lehigh Valley, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how he develops over this next year or so and how he can come back from this injury. But again, let me know what you guys think below on this roster. Let me know your thoughts. Remember, guys, podcast, articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.